Hi there, welcome to another episode of Good Sports. I'm Mike Lowe, and joining me today is Tom Chard, our Portland Press Herald high school football writer extraordinaire. Tommy, we get state championship games this weekend.
Yep, final Saturday of the season.
Last four games, and it's kind of strange to say last four games because forever it's been 3 games actually since 1987, but they went to the fourth class this year, and it kind of threw things up a little bit that we have a game that's being played on Friday night up at the University of Maine in Orono. So I'll be making that trip. I'm sure you're glad about that you don't have to worry about going up there.
Could be a little chilly up in Orono.
Well, I'll be in the press box. I've already told Joe Rafferty I'm not going down on the sidelines. I'll see you after the game. But let's talk a little bit about the games. Let's start with the Class B game on Friday night. We got Kennebunk High against Coney High, and it looks to shape like a team that runs the ball really well against a team that really has a great passer.
Yeah, two contrasting offenses. Coney with a prolific passer, and Ben Lucas, all-time leading passer in the state of Maine. They throw it at least 35 times, 40 times a game.
He threw it 43 last week against Brunswick.
And then you got a good running team in Kennebunk, the triple threat option. They run that, so it's a game of two different styles.
Do you think there's in the cold weather that we're probably going to see there? Is there an advantage to either team in that situation?
Well, the cold weather would favor the running team, but the fact they're playing on a carpet will help Coney's passing game, I think. Ball handling, and the ball won't be muddy, and the receivers can run their routes. So probably a little edge to Coney.
It's going to be an interesting game, I think. Again, Ben Lucas, I've seen him twice this year, and the kid's got an incredible arm. He's just a prolific passer, and his receivers are really, really good, Tommy. And with Kennebunk, I've seen them defensively; they just manhandle people. So it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. Who's you picking that game?
Kennebunk.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Rams too. But since they're both Rams,
yeah, that's
I'll
right. Battle of the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams in this one. All right, let's go to Class A. Tommy, we get 11 o'clock Saturday morning, 11:06 to be exact. Yeah, let's not forget those 6 minutes that we need for TV. Bon Eagle against Chevrolet, a very interesting game, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. A close game. Two talented teams. Although, if you look at the comparative scores, you would say maybe it's not so close. But you can't. I guess you really can't go by those. Chevrolet is a team that does not hurt itself. They're very efficient. It's good on special teams.
I think what impressed me about them, I saw them last week against Portland for the first time. What impressed me is they didn't panic when they were down 19-7. They knew they had a game plan that was going to work, and they stuck to it, and they obviously won the game together.
And that comes from John Wolfgram's coaching, the discipline, playing with poise, not getting ahead of yourself, playing in the present. Those are all key factors that favor Chevrolet. Not against the Bon Eagle, but in a game against Portland, who hasn't been there before.
Right, and I do think Bon Eagle has some great skill players. You saw them last week. They really can move the ball. They have a great secondary, I think, which really attacks the ball. So it's going to be a very interesting game, I think. I'm going with the Scots.
You're going with the Scots.
I'm going with the Scots.
I got to stick with the Stags.
You're going to stick with the Stags? Okay, so we'll disagree on that one. Class C, they have the late game on Saturday night, 6:06 start. Most likely he's going to start closer to 6:30, 6:45 if it follows suit. But we got Levitt against Winslow, two traditional powers in Class C.
Yeah, Levitt's, this is their, fourth time in the last
6 years.
6 years. Yeah. Winslow hasn't been there recently, but they have a history of playing for a state championship. Although, as the coach Mike Savitsky pointed out, they haven't had a lot of luck at Fitzpatrick Stadium in recent years. They're 0-3.
Right.
Both good running teams. Levitt has the edge on the line size-wise. Very balanced team, Levitt. They have 4 guys that have rushed for over 600 yards.
That's pretty impressive.
And Winslow relies on Dylan Hapworth and Zach Guptill, 2 very good very good players. So this could be a tight one.
You know, it could be a quick game too if they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
That's what you want in those Saturday night cold games, man.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go with the Hornets in this one.
I'll agree with you. I think Leavitt's will win that one.
Okay, Class D. And again, this is the first Class D state championship since 1986. We get Oak Hill against Bucksport, and Oak Hill hasn't been there in 29 years, I think
Since
it is.
'84, right?
Yeah, so Oak Hill, Bucksport, I mean, I don't know much about them, but obviously they're playing really well. Bucksport's undefeated. Oak Hill's got 2 losses, but they're obviously peaking right now.
Yeah, there again, I don't know. I haven't seen these teams play,
Right.
so I don't know a heck of a lot about them. You know, most high school teams in Maine, they run the ball. I mean, that's the tradition, and these are 2 very good running teams. Although Bucksport has a quarterback, they both have good quarterbacks. Bucksport quarterback's thrown for over 1,000 yards, and the Oak Hill quarterback, Parker Asline, is also a good quarterback. 2 good running backs for Oak Hill, so, you know.
It'll be interesting. You know, I find these Class C games in the past where you don't know much about these teams, the stands are usually filled for these games because everybody comes.
Their communities really support their high school team. That's one of the unique aspects of Maine high school sports.
This should be a great weekend, and we're going to wrap it up here.
Who you didn't pick the C game?
Oh, the C game. Let's see. I will go with, the D game, because we already picked
I mean
C.
the D game.
I'll go with Bucksport.
I'll have to agree. I go with Bucksport too.
Okay, I'm going to have to change my pick at some point then. Folks, I hope you all enjoy the games this weekend. That's it for high school football. We'll be back next week to maybe start looking at basketball because that season starts up real soon.